Hello guys, how you doing? We're gonna start off the Instagram live very soon. Hope you will have a really good time. I got a special guests and I am having my new trek vlogs. Let's see what we're gonna take today as a topic will be a mindset. So if you wanna stay over and discover. No, yo quiero un café con leche, bro.
Solo eso.
Y para comer allá en Santa Cruz mejor. Come algo tú, pero yo en Santa Cruz comemos después. Hello. Hi guys. Today we got an important conversation when it comes to having a really strong mindset, and we got a special guest. It is one of my students as well, but to keep moving forward when we feel stuck, all right, and how we can keep the momentum. Also, if you are in a position that you are seeing a lot of progress, that you are moving forward, but you don't know how to take the next step. So today we got Rat here. We're gonna have a really short conversation, but it's gonna be very impactful. Today is gonna be about understanding Rat's point of view as a professional. And welcome to this conversation, Rat. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you, Emil? I heard
Very
you
good.
back.
Very excited for today's conversation because not many people are aware of how important it is to have someone that can understand their perspective, their point of view. But sometimes it's easier when we go a professional helping us out to have the right questions and the right answers for it.
Yeah, that's true. It's not sometimes to figure it out everything by your own.
Exactly, because just to, in a very brief summary introduction of yourself for the people who are going to watch the replay, but also are going to join this conversation potentially. What exactly you do? How do you help people when it comes to the mindset?
Well, I'm working as an entrepreneurial mindset coach. Yes, I'm helping, especially men, to find out that they are more powerful than they think. And I'm not meaning like powerful by body, but
Rat, sorry, can I interrupt you? I cannot hear you well. You are cutting off.
I don't know what's wrong.
Now probably better. I don't know why.
But the thing is, we have very bad weather today, so that might be the interruption. How about now? However, now video is very bad. Okay, so as I said, I'm working as a entrepreneurial mindset coach, which means I'm helping people to understand that it's okay to fail, it's okay to take out, start new journey, start doing anything, mess up, pick it up again, get up and do it again. It's okay that we don't have full developed plan to our goal. It's okay if you fail once, twice, 10 times, and still you pick it up yourself and do it either way. And most often I hear from people, yeah, but I failed so many times. I just don't feel like it. I'm not consistent. And I think, in my opinion, consistency is not about discipline. It's about identity that we hold, the story that we tell ourselves, that we repeat some kind of story to ourselves. that becomes our belief. We, for example, this is the story that we repeat ourselves. I'm not consistent. I cannot follow the plan. Is that the truth? Or you just want to believe that this is the truth? Because in my opinion, it's not about that we cannot stay consistent. It's just the actions we made are not matching the identity we have. So it's instead of trying to change our lives, what about changing our identity? What about trying and start to thinking, okay, who am I want to become? And how this person will be reacting in this kind of environment, in this kind of circumstances. And just act from this place, from this knowledge, from that new identity.
I believe totally makes sense. Something that I want to ask you, what would you say is the biggest problem right now for men who are struggling to empower their mindset apart from the identity, which is very important, because identity is a really big issue right now in men's identity, and we're not talking about here to be who is the strongest or who can fight better or whatever, but what would you say is the strongest when it comes to the identity? Papi, el normal, café normal, ¿no tienen? So what would you say is that?
But like I said, the more people I work with, so they keep saying that they cannot be consistent, they cannot just follow through the plan, and they just, oh, I do like few weeks and my motivation is gone. I don't want to do anymore, or I slack one day and then I feel like guilty and I just don't want to do it again because I will just fail again. So, like I said, for me, in my understanding, in my seeing this, it's not the belief that's wrong, it's the identity that's we have, the story we tell ourselves to shift, to keep that identity because it's comfortable, because it's something we believe for so long. We tell this story to ourselves for so long that it becomes our identity. So the thing is that I don't fix the consistency, I don't fix the motivation with people, I don't fix the discipline. I'm not pushing people to do that because I believe that we need to start from our thoughts and words, the stories we tell ourselves. So we rebuild our identity from inside out. We shift and the habits just follow. If you start thinking as the person you want to become, the habits will feel like naturally to do them. So instead of thinking, how do I stay consistent? How do I stay motivated? How do I stay disciplined? Maybe start asking yourself, how can I become the person I want to be? The person from the future, my version from the future that I respect.
That's a very interesting point. Thank you for sharing that because sometimes we think that is something very drastic, something very difficult that we need to do, but it's as simple as just changing our identity. Just to wrap up with this short but very interesting, conversation when it comes to talking about identity, which is a very important part because as we spoke in another life as well, I changed my identity of saying I'm an immigrant that doesn't deserve to be successful, does not deserve to travel if I want to, that doesn't deserve to work on the things that I'm passionate about, which is fitness, which is health. I don't deserve it because I'm an immigrant. That's for, sorry, my friends, maybe for some people that I would offend, but this is just for white people, maybe. This is just for the rich people. So I've been changing that identity to say I deserve it too. Just to wrap up, what is your routine to keep that identity that allows you to keep moving forward and to keep on that process of keep improving, because you won't change from midnight to morning, and we will never be perfect, but you as a person that is guiding other people as well, what is that routine that you follow that helps you to be consistent with identity as much as you can?
Hmm, that's a good one. My routine. The first thing like I say, I start to shifting my perception of myself. So I was telling myself stories as well, this kind of stories. Oh, I cannot be slim, I cannot be fit, I cannot be strong, I cannot have muscles, I cannot eat healthy. I was telling myself these stories as well. So the first thing was I start watching, reading, immersing myself into the world where all this wasn't existing. I start immersing myself in a world where I've seen people who are fit, who are healthy, who eat healthy, who exercise. Because by doing this, I was convincing my mind, okay, this is good. This is something what I want for myself, for my life. If they can do it, I can do it myself. This is the only way I allow myself to compare myself with others with this kind of approach. If they can do it, I can do it as well. But then instead of saying, okay, I want to be consistent, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying to myself, I am a man who honor my word. If I say I do something, I will, even if no one watching. Instead of saying, oh, I want to be fit, I want to be strong, I want to be muscular, I'm saying to myself, I am a man who value my body, who eat healthy, and who exercise to keep myself in shape. That's it. So this is kind of the way how you start to shifting your identity, building the new one.
That's very good. Thank you for allowing, you know, that vulnerability of sharing as well your routine and what you do, because many people think that sometimes we need the perfect degree, the perfect courses and stuff like that. But sometimes what you need is just to do that self work, and also allowing people, professional like you, that know the stuff, but also you being there, you've been transforming that identity, and you are helping other people as well. So that's amazing. And hope
Absolutely.
any. eh,
Just to add to this, it's not about being perfect or doing something perfectly, because perfection is a myth, and you say that all the time as well. It's about doing thing, about the progress, about showing up, about doing the work. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just have to be done. That's it.
110%. Thank you for sharing this very brief but a very important conversation. And hope everyone that is watching right now this live, but also who is going to watch the replay, that you can take the most important part of this life, which it is you can change your identity. You don't have to live the way that you are living. And something else, just to add up before wrapping up, it is that something also that helped me out a lot when it comes to my identity was that this is a process, and it is part of the journey of becoming the person that I want to become, which is the identity that I want to have. So allow yourself to be the situation that you are, but thinking in the long term that you are aiming for that identity that you want to be. Make sense?
And just remember that this is not like one time and done. It's a journey, it's a daily practice. And if you sleep one day, that's okay. Just pick it up next day and do it again.
Exactly, because success is not linear. Is not linear. It is up and downs, and you're gonna want to give up. You're gonna to self sabotage, and that's the important thing of having a coach, of having someone that he can say, "Hey, I know that you are there. Let's pick yourself up. Let's go for it. Vamos." And I know you do that, and that's the reason why I tell everyone who is watching this replay, follow. as well can do mindset. It's a different approach, and it's another tool on your toolbox that is going to help you to maintain, to go higher than you thought it was possible, but also to give you a different and fresh perspective of what you can achieve as well. So thank you, Rat. Hope we can link up more on these Instagram lives. I know it has been a short notice today, but it has been awesome. Some spontaneous thing. I go a couple of questions that we haven't touched yet. I want to touch at some point, maybe next week or at some point. That would be awesome to talk about that, because I know that that will give even more perspective of what you do and how you help people too. Today has been a little introduction of what mainly you do. What is the special sauce, which it is you helping people out to change their identity.
I appreciate that invitation. Yes, Amir, I have a few questions for you as well. So we definitely will do more lives like this, where you will be on the other side of the microphone, because that's what it is, right?
100%. So thank you, Rat, for being here. I appreciate that. Yes, everyone who's watching this replay and also being here live, trying to bring a special guest like Rat, that is not just a professional with the knowledge, has the experience, because I believe that it has to be a right combination in between knowledge and experience to you to have the perfect professional to help you. And that's the reason why I'm choosing Rad to be here with me, and hope we can collaborate more, because he's a box of experience and knowledge in the same time.
Appreciate it.
So
And
Rad,
words.
so see you later, guys. Thank you for joining, and see you later, Rad.
Take care.
Ciao, ciao.